Hello, everybody. Welcome back once again. We are playing Triangle Strategy. Just finished Chapter 3. I'm going to get the save going here, and we will get started on Chapter 4.
Serenoa, acting as King Regnar's envoy, charts a course down the Norzelia River for the Duchy of Esfrost. Ere long, Serenoa and crew arrive at a massive gate, itself dwarfed by the snow-covered mountains that lie beyond. Awaiting them at Twins Gate, as it is known, is Farog Esfrost, second in power and influence only to the Archduke himself.
All right, Chapter 3, Part 2. Oh, I guess I didn't realize that this is actually still Chapter 3. I thought we were going into Chapter 4. I guess not.
Avlora, Erica, Thalas, welcome home. I trust the ceremony was a fruitful one.
'Twas my duty as minister to be present.
Thank you for having us in your domain, Uncle. The crags are lovely as ever.
Lord Svarog, I present to you Lord Serenoa Wolford, come on behalf of King Regnar.
Ah, the Wolfort boy. Frederica's betrothed, yes?
The very same, my lord. I thank you for the warm welcome.
The honor is mine, Lord Serenoa. Svarog Esfrost at your service. I watch over Twins Gate, the front door of our duchy.
Lord Svarog is father to Dragan, and uncle to the Archduke and myself.
We did not expect to see you again so soon, Frederica. But I understand wanting to show off your handsome groom-to-be.
Uncle, please. You embarrass me.
Good to see you're still not afraid to speak your mind. A word of advice, lad. You do well not to anger her.
I shall take your words to heart.
Tis quite the burden you're undertaking, my friend.
Prince Roland, I did not expect you'd be in attendance.
It's been quite some time, Lord Svarog. But today I come as an attendant to House Wolfort.
A secret visit, then. Say no more.
King Regnar thanks Lord Dragan for all he has done for the mining effort. His engineering prowess has proved indispensable.
As his boasting has no doubt proved intolerable. Forgive the boy, my lord. That said, rest assured his goals are sincere. He truly does wish to lead us into a new era. I pray you'll lend him the strength to see that it becomes a reality.
You have my word.
You expect great things from him, then?
Against my better instincts, perhaps. But such is my lot as the boy's father. But forgive me. No doubt you are weary from your journey. I shall keep you no longer. Archduke Gustadolf awaits you at Ironstone.
Then we shall take our leave. Thank you, Lord Svarog.
Okay, let's see if there are any... Yeah, there's a side story here at Whiteholm Castle. Franny and Cordelia talk about the... Oh, I think I might have... No, I think this is... Yeah, this is right.
Brother, where is Roland? I've yet to see him today.
And you shan't, for he has left. Took it upon himself to join the mission abroad.
He did? I see.
Again, prioritizing his personal wishes above his station. Is there no end to his selfishness?
You haven't any love for him, have you?
Love? I would rather think of him as little as humanly possible.
How can you say that? He's family.
Royal family, and our duty is to the crown above all. Do not look to Roland for inspiration if you wish to carry yourself in a manner befitting your station, dear Cordelia.
Okay, here is the main story. It says House Wolfort arrives at Ironstone, where they are greeted by Archduke Gustadolf.
I am Gustadolf, Archduke of Esfrost. Allow me to personally welcome you to my nation. I hear I am addressing the new Lord of House Wolfort, yes?
Serenoa Wolfort, Your Grace. It is an honor to have an audience with you. On behalf of King Regna and all of Glenbrook, you have our sincere gratitude for your generous contributions to the mining effort.
Consider your gratitude accepted. Avlora informs me that you fought well in the tourney. I would much like to see for myself how the legendary Simon's son carries himself in battle.
I train twice as hard, yet am not half the warrior he is.
It is good that you make such effort. I would expect no less from my brother-in-law to be. Norzelia is changing. The time when matters were settled by blade draws to a close. In the spirit of this age of diplomacy, I would hear your honest thoughts on the mining accord.
Okay, here's our next conviction option. The top option is morality, the middle is utility, and the third option is liberty. So I actually have kept, honestly, I ended up starting a new save and then making some different choices. So my choices from earlier weren't, really relevant. As of right now, I have made, 6 morality choices, 2 utility, and 2 liberty. So I'm actually going to go liberty again here.
I cannot shake the fear that our visions do not align, and this fragile alliance may not hold.
Oh, not the answer I was expecting from a young lordling on his first journey abroad. But an interesting one. Continue.
Yes, Your Grace. Of course, I do not believe the Accord is doomed to failure. But we must be honest about our differences and use them to push each other forward.
Just so. One cannot lead a nation living in a world of naive dreams and platitudes. I, too, believe that rivalry is important in order to secure prosperity for our own. And rest assured that I make a formidable rival. Frederica, do not lose sight of your role in all of this. Stand by Serenoa always, and represent Esfrost with pride and grace.
I shall, brother.
Prince Roland, as you have come in secret, I will dispense with formalities.
I appreciate the consideration, Your Grace.
That said, does King Regna not worry that his younger son visits a foreign land on his own?
I am no longer a child, and it is a prince's duty to be worldly.
A fine outlook. In that case, I would show you to the archives.
It holds countless tomes, from the ancient to the new. I dare say it rivals that of Hyzant's Ministry of Medicine.
An intriguing offer, and one I gladly accept.
Lord Wolfort, you and your men are free to join us as well.
Truly, Your Grace? I understand the archives hold many a closely guarded secret.
And rest assured, I have no intention of giving those away. But now that we are allies, through mining and marriage alike, a brief tour is more than in order.
Beg your pardon, but I heard this is where the salt flows cheap like.
Not here, it doesn't. Go bother someone else.
I'm not asking for my health. Here's an advance.
How much do you need?
As much as you can spare. I'm good for 10 times what I gave you.
I'm not to sell you now. Come back tonight, money in hand, to the spot marked here.
And I know your face, so don't try anything stupid.
You have my word. That looks like the spot on the map. Just there. Right then, Sicris. I've got the location for you. This is where they do their dirty work.
I knew you were the man for the job. Excellent work, Rudolph.
My name's cleared then, yeah? I'll be pardoned?
You have my word. That said, our forces are stretched quite thin this evening. We'll need you to assist in apprehending them as well.
Risk my life in exchange for a pardon? Are you mad?
We need you. These fiends are swindling the poor, selling them impure salt mixed with all manner of unsavory things. They must be jailed at all costs.
Fine. I'll help you bring him in.
Glad to hear it. You're too good a man to be branded a criminal.
Don't you flatter me after all this. You saw him, didn't you? They don't work alone. An operation like this ain't run by one man. And last I checked, we're only 2.
We'll assemble reinforcements.
What an astounding collection of tomes.
The sum of Norzelia's knowledge, including volumes thought lost or banned outright in other nations.
I did not expect to see so many people in a facility so important.
Each and every one is a scholar, conducting important research in their field of expertise.
Scholars? All of them?
Brother gives no thought to background, gender, or social status during the selection process. All in Esfrost are given equal opportunity, provided they show desire and aptitude.
Of course, we prize ability above all else. So long as they produce results, they are free to research as they please.
The most open-minded approach.
Indeed.
I see now how Esfrost arrives at its marvels of engineering.
This portion contains the collected writings on metallurgy and our nation's rich history with iron. Our ancestors were but a tribe of impoverished hunters until the man who would become our first Archduke discovered iron. Iron changed our lives. It transformed the way we worked, farmed, built, and fought. The history of iron is the history of Esfrost. It is our pride and joy, the engine that drives us.
My father told us that Esfrost is made of iron, that neither its people nor weapons would bend.
Just so, Prince Roland.
Your Grace. Forgive me the interruption. I have unfortunate news regarding the issue of which we spoke.
So you require reinforcements. Say no more.
Then there was the matter of the pardon.
On which my thinking has not changed. We will speak no more of this.
Understood.
Honored guests, I would consult with you on an important matter. This is Sicrus, commander of Esros Constabulary.
Has something happened?
We have discovered an illicit salt trade operating within our borders. Yet we lack, at the moment, the manpower to address it. Might we have your assistance in apprehending the scofflaws?
Why, I would...
Lord Serenoa, matters of salt are fraught. I advise you not to engage without a clear strategy.
I understand it is a complex issue. Needless to say, I would not force this upon you.
Sounds simple to me. Just bringing some criminals to justice, yeah? I say aye, my lord.
I concur. What better way to thank His Grace for a tour of the archives?
And it is settled. We shall help you.
I could not be more thankful. Sicrus, brief our friends on the situation.
Of course, Your Grace. Come, I shall show you to the garrison.
Okay, I don't think there's any side stories. No, we're good. Alright, so let's do this exploration phase. It says Constable Sicrus, in charge of maintaining the peace in Esfrost, has a secret matter to discuss with Serenoa.
I'm honored to have House Wolford fight at our side.
As I am happy to be of service. Now then, what is the situation?
Eisen's successive salt taxes have given rise to an illicit salt trade that plagues the duchy.
I have heard tell that the tariffs are exorbitant, but I've not heard a price.
Let it suffice to say that the cost of a single handful of salt could feed a family for a month.
Good heavens.
As such, demand for salt, even impure or stolen, is nigh on infinite.
A crime, to be sure, but a necessary evil for the poor. Tight regulation risks drawing their ire.
Perhaps we should not have agreed to this so readily.
Indeed, the Archduke has a sharp mind and a silver tongue.
My brother may appear generous and open-minded, but one should never feel too safe around him.
I was too eager, my lord. And for that, I apologize.
I was the one who agreed. Fraught as the matter is, I could not refuse the Archduke to his face.
Illicit salt trade would threaten the salt revenue on which the duchy depends. Thus, they feel they must intervene, correct?
Precisely. We understand the plight of the people without question. On matters of maintaining order, however, we cannot waver, lest seams in the social fabric be rent asunder.
I understand the circumstances and wish to reiterate that you have our support. How would you employ us?
Our spy has already discovered where the smugglers operate. A transaction is to occur tonight. We shall make a move once our spy lures the smugglers into the open.
Understood. Then we shall familiarize ourselves with the town by nightfall.
Okay, I had best get my bearings. Perhaps a walk around the city and the archives is in order. So here is a little of the merchant tutorial. It says some merchants are open for business during the exploration phase and may be selling rare items you'll not find at the provision or in the encampment. It would be wise to speak with any shopkeepers you meet. Let's see, let's talk to Sicrus here. I have a duty to stamp out the illicit salt trade no matter how much ire I draw from the people in doing so. What good is the rule of law if I allow this to continue unhindered? The duchy would all but collapse. I mean, it probably wouldn't. There's a firestone on the ground. They'll pay you for as much iron as you can haul out of the mine, but it's not easy money. It comes with a tax paid in sweat and blood. Only in Esfrost can you go to sleep a pauper and wake richer than a prince. The Archduke respects our independence. It is our duty to prove that we are worthy of such trust. Proper salt is expensive, yeah, but don't worry, I can save you some money if you like. Alright. Did you know that the Duchy's army has a contingent mounted on hawks? Makes fighting over the mountains easier, see? Here's the second cat, I think, or is this the third one? I lost count. Actually, I think that's the third one. Alright, here's Frederica. How are you finding the Duchy, Serenoa? Has anything about our way of life caught your attention? So, the top one is utility. The middle one, or middle option is morality, and the bottom is liberty. I think I'm going to do one more liberty here. That'll bring me up to 200. Indeed, and all have the opportunity to rise above their humble beginnings on the strength of their own merits, of course. Such flexibility is key to maintaining Esfrost's might. Too many in my kingdom find themselves bound by their station. We could learn much from Esfrost in that regard. Here's my boy Rudolph. Do you reckon they'll actually pardon me? I guess I'll find out, seeing as I've already agreed to help. See, we must tighten security in the city. If we stop even one sale of illicit salt, it will be worth it. Our spy tells us an illegal sale will take place here this very evening. Everyone knows that Lord Svarog is Archduke Gustadolf's uncle, sure. What they don't know is he'll never be Archduke, for he's the son of a concubine. So, well, let's just leave it at that. Alright, so, wait. Yeah, so Svarog is the son of a concubine, and Frederica is as well. Okay, let's talk to Anna up here. The Duchy spends a small fortune on salt imports, given the distance. Salt itself is ever more expensive, so they hire guards to protect it. Guards need to be paid. That cost is passed to the people. General of Laura's predecessor was a woman as well. She retired after the Salt Iron War, but she was a warrior the likes of which we'd never see again. Until General of Laura took her place, that is. Rumor has it she's the second coming. The second coming of Groma, Iron Fist, which they actually mentioned earlier, I think at the... what is it? The gathering place where all the the people from all over were kind of there. There's a note. Here's a shop. Take as much salt as this will buy. Also, I should say, Groma is one of the recruitable characters later on, which is pretty cool. That'll get you this much. There you are. Is that all? I could swear it bought more. Costs more to get it now, I'm afraid. This is the best I can do. The tariffs are hitting Norzelia as well. I had no idea salt was so expensive, mind you. I wouldn't call what we pay in Glenbrook cheap, but it's a damn sight less than this. Oops. Alright, we got 600 coins in the back. Poison recovery pellet ×2. The illegal salt's only cheaper because it's dodging tax. Of course, it's nowhere near as good. They're cutting it with inferior stuff. I don't know where they're getting it, but I'd be out of business if I sold at their prices. Okay. Let's see here. Got some more. Did I talk to this guy yet? Yeah. Alright, let's talk to these guys. Lord Dragan is desperate to make his grand entrance on the political stage. We're desperate for his actions to match his ambition. Not that Thalos will formally recognize him anyhow. Dragan's on the wrong side of a fork in the bloodline 2 generations back. This path leads to the Ironstone. I cannot let you pass. Okay. You'll find the Ironworks, our pride and joy, over in the Ironstone. The heat from it is what keeps us going. And the heat is the thing, see? It gives... Wow, this is, guys... I'm having a real difficult time reading out what this guy's talking about. And the heat is the thing, see? It's what gives our iron the strength it's known for. It's just awkwardly worded. Okay, let's... There's another Firestone there. I'm pretty sure there was something over here. Yes. Recovery pellet. Okay, I think that's everything outside. Aside from the merchant, I'll talk to him later, but that's going to be... I need to do some other stuff first before I do that. So let's talk to this guy. Enter the Asphrosty Archives. Yes, let's do that. Okay, let's start off with Roland. Have you heard the story of General of Laura? If the Duchy's soldiers are to be believed, she began as a lowly foot soldier and rose all the way to general. Clearly, might and skill carry one quite far in the Duchy. I wager she's no match for the Dawnspear, but she's a force to be reckoned with. Yeah, I think Roland somewhat overestimates the Dawnspear, but... I've come to study the mining techniques of the Asphrosty, seeing as we'll be working side by side in the mines. And study I shall. Every tome I've ever opened has so much to teach me. Good thing, too, seeing as they pride themselves on their mining. Here's the Marvels of Norzelia, Volume 1. Oops, just talk to that guy again. Camera gets a little crazy sometimes. May I never again see destruction like that the Salt Iron War unleashed upon Norzelia. It took many moons for the Duchy and the Holy State to rebuild their capitals and domains in the aftermath. I shudder to think what would have become of the continent had Glenbrook not intervened. On the symptoms of salt deficiency: headaches, reduced circulation, palpitations of the heart. Severe cases resulted in patients losing consciousness. Okay, so salt is literally the lifeblood of people, apparently. Added children's textbook, Salt in Norzelia, to notes. You'll find no greater example of our ironworking prowess than the armor that adorns the Black Irons. No other nation can match the output of our foundries. We aim to keep it that way. Spoken like a true soldier, I cannot deny him pride in the Duchy's achievements. I've no doubt the Black Irons are as formidable as he claims. Alright, so there's the information on the might of Aspfrost. So salt and meat to notes. The Goddess of Salt's teachings tell us that the Roselle must bear the stain of their collective sins from birth. Yeah, about that. Norzelia's lands and rivers, their compositions, qualities, and various other marvels. By Giovanna Koppel. It's as thick as the title is wordy. I haven't the time to read it all now. It's kind of funny. This is a little sort of like an Easter egg, right? Because this actually isn't information or anything that like goes into notes, but Giovanna is actually one of the recruits that we'll be able to get later on in the game as well. There's the magic ring. Alright, here's Benedict. The Duchy takes great pains to open wide the gates of knowledge and education. The people are free to pursue their studies as they see fit, and any may rise to prominence on their own merits, regardless of station. This is undoubtedly one of the Duchy's strengths. Oops. Oh, that's Gila there. The sheer number of tomes in the archive can be overwhelming as it is, and yet there are even more that never see the light of day. A collection of tightly restricted works rests beneath the main archives. One needs special dispensation to even lay eyes on them. Alright, I think I am done aside from... Actually, no, there's a couple of guys here. I used to see a rather eccentric woman in here all the time, but she's not shown her face in many moons now. She was incredibly fond of rocks, as I recall, and intelligent beyond her years. I wonder what became of her. That's Giovanna, again, that guy's referring to. All right. All of us are researchers, yes, but what sort and what truths do we pursue? Ask and you may not find a common answer among us. Some shift focus as it suits the army, others pursue a single academic thread for decades. Tell me, as someone not of the duchy, how would you use such a collection of finely honed intellects? Alright, so that is, our top option is morality, middle is liberty, and the bottom is utility. I'm going to swap over to utility this time and go with the bottom one. So I ask you in response, what joy is there in study that does not benefit the nation? A most astute question. You clearly see, as I do, that this very structure would not exist but for the ironmongering of our ancestors. Necessity is the ore of invention, as we're fond of saying. I tremble with excitement at what all three of our nations might achieve now that we've joined hands in the Grand Norzelian mines. Yeah, about that. All right, I think, is it this guy that leads us back outside? Yeah, let's go back outside. All right, so I think I've got everything. Got the Salden Meat note, got the children's textbook, got the Magic Ring, and Marvels of Norzelia, Volume 1, and then I got all of the items outside as well. So I think we're pretty good. Let me see here. Yeah, the recruitment notice was here. Got this treasure back here. Yeah. Alright, so here's Huette. I don't think I talked to her. Constabulary is conspicuously present, no doubt watching for signs of illegal salt trading. Yeah, yes. That is what's going on. Alright, how can I be of service today? Alright, so this guy actually doesn't have that much. I'm going to buy his materials. Yeah, and that's pretty much all I'm going to have room for now. So actually what I'm going to end up doing here is doing some some of the battles at the encampment, mental mock battles specifically, and getting some cash so that I can buy the rest of those items, and yeah, I'll be able to. Then I'll move on, but so as of right now, basic training and pincer attack are available, and then you can do the old, beset by brigands, and then you can do the tourney as well. The tourney is definitely the best one to do if you're just looking for cash right now, specifically because you win it, or you get an HP ring every time you do that, which you can sell, and you can get quite a bit of cash for that. But I think what I'm going to end up doing is putting the mental mock battles in their own specific videos. So those will be coming up, and I'm going to end this one here. So anyways, as always, hope the guide was helpful, and thanks for watching.